Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to use Flywheel as your website hosting provider for a WordPress website. The Flywheel suite allows for you to actually create your WordPress website inside of the Flywheel dashboard. So the first thing that you're going to do once you've logged into your Flywheel account is there's two places where you can actually create your new website. One, the green button, which is more obvious, and two, in the top right-hand corner where it says New Site. So we're going to go ahead and click the green button, create a new website. From here, you will pick who owns the website. This can either be you or your organization. In this case, we're going to use my organization, and we're going to select the organization that we wish to proceed with. From there, we're going to select our plan. Currently Monarch just has one plan here, so we'll select this. From here, we'll actually go to the setup process of your WordPress website. So first, you're going to enter in your site details. In this case, we are creating this site on behalf of a client, so we're going to use their name as the site name. And then we're actually going to use that same name for the domain. And keep in mind that this is a temporary domain name. Once we actually create the website and we are ready to publish it, you will go through the process of pointing your A record to the Flywheel IP to then publish that website. You'll then create your WordPress user. This is what you are going to use to access the back end of the WordPress CMS. The WordPress CMS is easily accessible from the Flywheel dashboard or by typing in the temporary domain name with a /wp-admin. And we're just going to set our password here. You can also start with a blueprint. So for instance, if you have a website template that you use frequently, you can set that as a blueprint and use that when you're creating new websites. In this case, we want to make sure that our website's as up to date as it can be. And so we're actually going to create a website from scratch, and we will not be utilizing a blueprint. You'll then select Create Site, this green button in the bottom right-hand corner. And once you create the site, you'll be prompted to go back to the Flywheel dashboard, and from there you can move on to the next step. So once you've selected your website and added that new website, you can then go back to the original dashboard. From the original dashboard, it should be under recently viewed. If not, you can search your website that you've created up here, and it should pop up under the all sites section. Once you click the website that you want to work on, you can be brought to that individual dashboard where you'll see an overview, your plugins, performance stats, backups, and the advanced settings. In here is really where you can configure, if you will, the back-end hosting side of your website. So for your domains, this is where you can add primary domains, connect your SSL, etc. And then also this is the IP that you'll use when pointing your A record inside of your DNS settings. You can also see that privacy mode is on. Basically what that means is if someone were to search this URL, they have to have credentials in order to access the site. The reason we keep that up is just so we don't index this dev site against your real site that you're actually utilizing. So pretty important that we have that active when you're in the dev process. Plugins and performance, you don't really need that until your website's actually developed. This is where you can, manage your plugins, update them, etc., as well as go into the performance side of your website and view kind of what's going on. Same thing with stats. Backups is where you'll have a collection of your website backups, and this is done daily. Under your advanced setting, this is really where you can flush the cache, export your website logs, reset, the back end of your website. Obviously, you have your staging, your dev options. Great thing about Flywheel as a web hosting provider, they have a dedicated CDN, and so that just basically means that your website's super fast and can withstand a lot of bandwidth and content, etc. Another thing that you're going to see is the WP debug and the WP cache, WP debug. We use that basically to, in the dev stage, if there's something bugging out your site, you can turn that on and clear that up. And then obviously, making sure that your cache is persistent is a great thing to utilize as well. Another thing I forgot to mention is as soon as you download that SSL, you can also force SSL. That way, if there's any SSL cert issues in the long run, those can be fixed. So from this screen, what you're going to do is you're going to hit WP admin. Again, you could just use this URL and type in /WP admin. So from here, I would just do WP admin. Again, we'll be prompted to log in. Our username and password will be on this overview page, and you can change these at any time. I'll just make these consistent for ease of access. So once we sign in here, we'll then be prompted to sign into the WordPress website, which you will use the credentials that you used when setting up your account initially. And now we're into the back-end site, the back end of your website, which is the WordPress CMS. And from here, we can navigate it and kind of get your site prepped in order to start the dev process. So now that you have the back end of your WordPress site set up, it's time to pop over to WP Astra and start downloading all of the asset pieces that we need to start the dev process, such as your theme, your child theme, the website templates, plugins, and things of that nature. So from WP Astra, you'll just hit my account, hit downloads. From the download screen, what you're going to do is log in with your credentials. You'll be prompted to log in before you access this dashboard. We were already logged in, so we just jumped straight to this dashboard. So just so you know, if the download screen isn't the screen to pop up, you can just hit account, hit downloads. The two resources that we'll be utilizing from the Brainstorm Force dashboard is the downloads and licenses page. Outside of that, there really isn't much that you have to do. Obviously, the rest is kind of just account specific things. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is download the Astra theme if we haven't already. And that's actually the theme that our website's going to be built off of. And then next, what we'll want to do is download this Astra child theme. So we'll be directed to a new page where we can actually name that theme and white label it, if you will. And so once we are here under the child theme name, we can just title this the name of the company, which is Elevated Art. We'll hit generate, and similar to just this parent theme, we'll generate that child theme. We can go back now to our downloads and start downloading the rest of the plugin assets that we need. So we're also going to need the Astra Pro add-on. That's a service that we utilize obviously through Astra, and it kind of supports our overall theme structure. And then the premium starter templates are where we're going to choose our initial creation website from. So we'll basically build off of a pre-existing template and utilize Elementor to just either expand content, grow web page, etc. So there's also an option here for the ultimate add-ons for Elementor. So we'll download those as well. And basically what these are is, it's kind of self-explanatory. We'll use Elementor, Elementor Pro, and then these are just additions to Elementor that just make it that much better. So from the WP Astra side of things, this is really all of the downloads that we need for now. There's some other plugins such as Gravity Forms and Yoast that we'll jump into next. So now it's time to download Elementor. As mentioned, we are Elementor Pros. If you do not have the Elementor Pro version, that's completely fine. You actually can avoid this step and skip to our next step. You will actually download the free Elementor version within the WordPress dashboard under plugins. It's a featured plugin there. So we're just downloading the Pro version right now. And so we will download the normal version as well as the Pro version. So what you'll do is you'll hit login. From the login screen, obviously you'll log in with your credentials. We were already logged in. From the login screen, you can actually just hit this download icon up here. And from the download icon, you can download the Elementor Pro version 3. And then you can just, again, I'm just dragging that onto my desktop to then utilize when uploading those plugins into WordPress. So another plugin that we highly encourage people to download is Gravity Forms. While Contact Form 7 and WP Forms are an okay substitute, Gravity Forms, in our opinion, definitely takes the cake, both from an add-on side of things as well as just a robust API that they offer. So if you're doing any sort of custom integrations, it can be supported for the most part. Also, their API doc is very clear and pretty easy to understand, so that helps. So what you'll do is you'll go to Gravity Forms. From the Gravity Forms login, obviously you'll log in, and then once you're here, you can hit downloads. From this screen, I already downloaded it, but all you have to do is hit download, and you can grab your download. Another thing you're going to want to do, and I won't do it just for privacy's sake, is hit licenses and copy your license key, because you will need that when you're uploading the plugin. So that is it for Gravity Forms. If you have any specific questions, obviously we're here. So now we are ready to upload our themes as well as our plugins. The reason I say themes is a plural is because we will be uploading the parent theme as well as the child theme. The parent theme is basically the website structure and kind of the bones and components of the website, if you will. And then the child theme is the theme that we'll actually be editing as we develop our website. So first things first, when you jump into the back end of your WordPress website, you'll hit appearance, and then from appearance you're going to hit themes. Once you hit themes, you'll hit add new, and you'll hit upload theme, and then you'll choose the themes that we have downloaded from our previous video. Just choose those files and upload them. So first what you're going to want to do is you're actually going to want to upload your parent theme. So you'll hit choose file. Once you have it here, you'll hit install now, and then you'll get a prompt that says activate. You will activate that theme, and then you'll actually jump back in, hit themes again, hit add new, hit upload theme. You will now choose your child theme and upload that or install it. And then once it's installed, you're gonna want to activate that child theme right away, because again, that is the theme that we will be building on. We don't want to make any edits to the parent theme, so just make sure that you activate that right away so that there isn't a mess up or any confusion later on. So once you have your themes installed, it's now time to start downloading all of the plugins. Typically what we do is we download the Astra add-on plugin right away. So the way that we do that is we'll hit add new, and we'll upload the plugin, and we will choose our Astra add-on plugin. Since I've already done it, I'm going to move on to the next plugin. Once you have it downloaded, you'll just go to the same page again and hit add new under plugins, and then choose the file and start adding all of these plugins. So the next one I'm going to do is the Astra Premium Sites. So I'll choose the file, hit the Astra Premium Sites, and install that. And then once this is installed, I will do Gravity Forms. And then what we're going to do is we are actually going to wait on the Ultimate Elementor plugin as well as Elementor Pro, because we want to make sure that we've actually downloaded Elementor as a base plugin before we, start adding add-ons on top of it. So we'll hit activate plugin for Gravity Forms, and then what we're going to do is we're actually going to hit add new, but we're going to search for Elementor within the popular plugins provided by WordPress. So we'll hit install now. And once this gets installed, we'll jump back to uploading our own plugins and finish it off with the Elementor Pro and Ultimate Elementor. One comment that I have right away is when we select one of our starter premium sites, it'll automatically download more plugins for you. Those plugins are just plugins that you'll need in building out the website. Should only be one or two. I think they all come default with WP Forms, so that's something that you're probably going to want to delete, and we'll jump into that further when we actually go through the picking out a premium site template to utilize. So the first one I'll download is the Elementor Pro. Hit install now, and again, this one's going to prompt you to have a license key before you can actually activate it, and you should have copied that from our step 4 video, so that should be on your clipboard. So once you activate this plugin, just go ahead and input that license key, or what you can do is connect and activate it straight to your account if you have that viable option. We will now upload our last plugin, which is the Ultimate Elementor plugin. And again, all of these plugins that we're uploading will need an associated key, which is found in that Brainstorm account under the drop down, and you can just hit licenses, and all of those license keys should be present. I am actually not going to show that just because we don't want to give out our license information. So all you'll do is you'll hit activate on all of these to basically apply those keys. And once you do that, you'll have full access. So now that we've gotten most of our plugins downloaded, we are going to want to download our main SEO plugin that we will be utilizing for both the framework of the website as it relates to SEO, as well as the on-page SEO. So things such as, titling the page correctly, the meta descriptions, the target key phrases, and sub key phrases on a per page basis. And then as well as our basic readability analysis and things of that nature as well. Yoast is the plugin that we'll be utilizing to implement it on WordPress, and then we'll be using SEMrush to basically get the keyword recommendations with our pre-identified keywords that we've selected that on average yield a good amount of traffic with a lower keyword difficulty, just so that ranking for that particular keyword or key phrase is feasible in the long run. So that plugin is actually in the WordPress plugin gallery. So we're just going to search in Yoast. And Yoast has a couple different options. There's actually a local Yoast SEO as well. For now, we're just going to stick with the Yoast SEO, as they are not really a local business, but rather an online e-commerce business, if you will. So now that that's downloaded, we are good to go on our plugins for now. And so the next step will be actually starting with a premium starter template or site from the WP Astra plugin that we've downloaded. So I will show you how to kind of sort through based off of which builder you're using and select that starter website. So I've actually jumped in and gone through each plugin that we've downloaded and activated all of the license keys. So we should be good to go as we try and pick our theme and actually start curating the structure of our website. So in order to get that starter, I keep saying theme, but what I really mean is the template, the premium website template that we'll be utilizing. So you'll hit appearance and you go to starter templates. And from starter templates, the builder that we will be utilizing most commonly is Elementor. So you'll select that as our page builder. And for this particular client, they're an art broker. So we will be picking one of the art starter templates. And the one that we've actually decided on prior to creating this was the artist. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click into this, and we're actually going to import the complete website. And part of the complete website will be importing, the widgets, the content, and the customizer settings as well. We highly recommend just doing all of them from a simplicity side of things. It'll import that site and it'll actually look like that template that you're getting. If you don't edit the customizer settings or the widgets, sometimes the site can look a little bit disoriented. So doing that and then correcting it later if you want is the way to go. So we'll just wait for this to download, and then we will check out the pages once our import is complete. So now you'll see that we get a success message. We can view our website, and you will see that it is quite literally the site that we see in the WP Astra starter template gallery. You can even click through the menu and kind of browse the pages, if you will. So going back to the WP dashboard, how we actually access those pages is we will click pages in the left hand menu here. Posts are blog posts or other sort of generic posts that we'll be making, and they really don't have a page structure. The pages is where the meat of our website will be. Those are actually the core web pages within our website. So from this menu, you can see that, we have each of our pages, the About, Contact, Home, Portfolio, and every single WP website comes with a sample page and a privacy policy. So in order to edit these pages with Elementor, that is the web page builder that we've downloaded, all you're going to do is click Edit with Elementor, and you'll go straight to the editor. Now, it's important that if you're publishing the website, we're publishing it within the Elementor editor, because if we just hit Edit on that page and then we publish it, we will actually be publishing it with just the basic WordPress editor, and so it's not going to pull in the custom elements that Elementor has provided us with. So if you make a change, let's just go here. Obviously, you can update it here. This is where your preview changes are, and you can view this cross-device for mobile, tablet, as well as desktop. This is the history of your changes. This is a navigator that you can put on page. We really don't do it, but the cool thing is if you want, you can move it around and jump from section to section and kind of edit as you go. And then this is the website template settings. So these are the general settings that we'll see. And basically what this allows for us to do is, if there's any structure changes, we can make those through this settings button. Usually we won't be doing that. We'll actually be making our edits on a per section basis. And really we recommend trying to stay away from, doing custom CSS and messing with the settings within the actual post or page settings. Stuff can just kind of get messed up. So doing it on a per section basis is probably the best way, and the likelihood of you by accident messing something else, something up is heavily mitigated. So anyway, that's kind of the introduction to the WordPress backend with Elementor.